Hello, my name is Jamaculus, aka Sisosuki, and I am here for my bard guide. Originally my plan for footage content for my guide was to actually have like GIFs or like small clips and then have a little text. But I'm not that tech savvy at the moment, so I wasn't able to achieve that. Instead, and this is the alternative, is that right now, as a placeholder thing, I am actually gonna just make one long ass video with just commentary over it, low effort stuff, and hopefully in the future I can learn how to make um, GIFs and highlights, all that nice stuff. The goal for this video is the laning phase. Not to like know how to lane, but just like specifically how to play bard and be good at bard in the lane. I am only in plat, so I am mechanically not that skilled. It's one of my weakest points in playing League of Legends mechanics. So I'm just gonna show you the nuances of bards and like techniques that you should aim for. And it's not about my like own execution. And I hope you enjoy. This is the normal game. My internet's actually quite bad, so I don't think I can achieve ranked. Although that should definitely be my goal long term. Like I said, this is a placeholder. But my elo in normals, it's roughly gold to diamond, as you can see. The players I get vary. In Oceania, it's actually quite huge range of elos. But luckily we get a diamond corky. I am the bard, of course. For starting items as bard, you'd want Spell Thief's Edge, because Spell Thief's Edge is just amazing with your passive, because every time you auto, you'll get a stack off for your auto, and then a stack off from your passive. So that's two different damage sources that can proc Thunderlords and Spell Thieves. So it's great for Harass if you know this fundamental. Oh, I'm not focused on bard. I look at the matchups and I think that the champion of my team that could abuse the healing the most, the shrines the most, is LeBlanc, because she has no sustain in lane and because she's an assassin, and could be the difference between snowballing the lane against the TF. Here I base for the mana. I will be back in time for a leash and I'll still have full mana. I won't be collecting the chimes at level 1. It's not that bad because the way you can think about it is that you have them up to get to lane faster after your first back or to roam. So you'll collect it eventually, is what I'm saying. Like I said in my guide for the laning phase, your first type of harass pattern is just one auto with Spell Thieves and your passive. And here I did that to the Annie, which did a lot to her actually. Here is a mistake. Here's definitely a mistake. I go for a second auto just so I can get the third stack off, but I lost a lot of health. But I think the net gain is still with us, even though Caitlyn took a corky Q. Oh crap. The lane is pushing towards us pretty hard. Well, not right now, but eventually it will. And that's bad for me, because since you're an auto harasser, you do not want to get aggro off all these minions. So right now I just have to buy my time, maybe get to level 2 and maybe let the wave fit. I should be actually ordering to put the counter push the wave, but I really wanted to save the meep, which actually ends up being a mistake. Oh. Yeah, here I wasted the meep, so I should have just started auto pushing from the get-go if I were to do that. Here my move's up now. Oops. It's still a free auto. Yep. So I just auto and then walk away. And then eventually your second type of harass pattern is to proc Thunderlord's decree. And generally you proc it using your Q, since your passive and your auto charge each charge it by one. So there you go. I autoed, then Q'd, and I got the Thunderlord's decree proc off. Here was a mistake though. Following up on the anti damage, I took a lot of free damage from the Corki with his Q and auto. What you can also do sometimes, if they're not paying attention, is you can just auto, and then auto again to proc Thunderlord's decree. It's completely valid, since you do slow on hit, eventually, after you get 5 charms. 5 chimes, sorry. Here I attempt to base, but I believe this is the first game. Here I make a pretty big misplay. I attempt to stun both of them, but I actually missed the stun, so I only get the slow one that, so which allows him to actually get the flash off to kill my AD. So I kind of costed my AD her life. Not much to say here. He can't get to me because of the minions. I can't get to him because of red buff and face checking. So I just base now. Probably get a side stone because I have a very convenient amount of gold. And maybe a potion if I already don't have enough. I actually didn't use one in lane, so yeah, I didn't use one in lane, so I'm choosing not to buy a potion. I could have bought a pink as well. Remember to do get a super once you buy a side stone. And look, a journey. I have a screenshot of that exact journey in my guide, so go check it out. Auto Q procs Thunderlords does a lot to Annie. There's not much to say now. Like, once you learn the 2 harass patterns that I just said and I included in my guide, it's quite... you can kind of look at this lane as quite binary now. So, but I will continue until the end of the laning phase. And then I'll end the video. Here I auto use the Thunderlord proc. Because of Annie's very poor pathing, I actually get the stun off. If she didn't path that way, I wouldn't have got the stun and she probably would have lived. She also didn't use exhaust and Corki didn't have heal, so I don't know what to say. Right now, because like there's no lane pressure, I don't need to pressure the lane, I'm collecting chimes. I'm 1 off 10 now. Here I really waste my journey. I think here I could have used a journey to flank on the Corki to get extra damage, so that was a pretty big waste at the dragon pit. I believe here I actually take all 3 shrines. And the reason why I would take all 3 shrines is now, since we're kind of starting to shove the wave and starting to pushing towards them, I want the shrines near the middle to make it more accessible if we are at a gank. If we actually get ganked. Yep, so you see, just auto Q. When you do stun, of course, you get a lot of time to get some extra harass in, so I did get a couple more autos. At this stage, Corki's actually quite low, so I believe I kind of do a pseudo tower dive. Yeah, he's like around half. Oh, I think I did it too early. So I just land my Q, and landing the Q allows me to actually get in range for auto, and then finished off with Caitlyn's Q. I think at this point we actually get ganked for the second time. So I also make a pretty big misplay both ganks. So Zach and TF do a coordinated gank. And basically right now my game plan here is to just kill a TF because I've just given up all hope in thinking the Cait can actually live this scenario. I'm actually wrong. But I do make amends by ulting pretty late, but it's still a good ult. I also missed my TF Q earlier, TF on Q earlier, so I'm forced to steal the kill just so he doesn't stun the Caitlyn. But with that said, Caitlyn stays to ult, and that's bad because Zach just jumps in. Now at this point, Vi's gonna ping, and when she pings, I'm gonna look at the map, and then my game plan then is to just bait, and hopefully we can get the Corki. Zach's pretty high level, and still possibly has his passive, so that's probably too much. But the Corki is definitely killable, but I just screw it up. I get the stun off, which is fine, but then I just auto trade just so I can let them stay and think they can kill me, and they actually do. I definitely flashed way too late. Should have flashed the Corki Q, and then unfortunately Vi actually does not get a kill. Very tragic actually. The ult damage didn't apply on Corki. Yeah, so that's probably gonna wrap up my my laning phase video. After this, I do a bit more roaming and grouping, so it's not really laning phase. So I'm just gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. Peace. Pause the video.